Right, well, we have a demand, we have a request there, and you've promised me drinks, so I'm holding you to that one there. Indeed, it took how many years, but they finally have done it. The All-Star season is finally upon us here. So, with no regrets, probably a few, maybe just a bit, because the coaches won't be All-Stars, not too sure about the firms, but they're here. Let's go take a look at the divisions coming up, and we will indeed decide what's going to transpire shortly. Alright lads, okay, let's go and take a look at how this is broken down here. There's going to be 3 divisions of 6 firms each for this All-Star season. Now the first division, right now, there's no real strong names. It's like Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, but already I can see where we're going to have nicknames that are going to stick, because I'm going to fucking insist on it. Alpha division, you might as well just call it the season fucking 4 division, because that's pretty much what's shown up this season. At least in this division, the majority of, and yes, fun fact, the majority of teams that came in, of the, 18 teams, 4 are from season 4. So that just tells you just how much fucking futility was that season. There's a lot of people who's aggro about that season. And I don't fucking blame you. I really don't here. Because brilliant coaches and then something went wrong in your game. This is payback. So here we go. First one brought up, as you see there, Kislev. Slain Slan, yes, by Luke Quad 4. And here's another fun story. There's an awful lot of Slain that do make it in. They really do. Just, it's je ne sais quoi. It's so many different ways to describe it. Let's go take a look at this roster here. The Star Wars Jedi, 1700 TV. They still have cash left over. They haven't spent it all on vodka, though rumor has it they'll be spending lots of it here. Now let's go and take a look at this team roster here. They got a cheerleader. They've got a coach assistant, 8 fan factor. They're coming in pretty solid here. Poltgary, 3 rerolls. And then look at the firm here. As you see, beautifully developed. Of course, you expect no less in there. There's the bear. The bear, of course, has the guard. He expects to get his second skill up during this tournament here. And then, of course, the blitzer, the one who's Bill Bexley speed, movement. He's got the block. He's got the tackle. He is ready to go. The second one there, well, he's got that bone knee of his there. That's what happens when, try and take the high ground. But he does have the block, so he's fine. Now let's go back here to the rest of the Blitzer crew. And yes, you can see he's scattered all over the place. New replacement Blitzer he just brought in there. Late episode, so to speak, in there. And, of course, the great champion there, Block and the Mighty Blow. Then, of course, the catchers. And they're all over the fucking place, too. But in this case, he's only got the 2 survivors that made it all the way through. The one dynamite player there, the star that carries the team there, with Blodge, Sidestep, and Guard. This is how he breaks the cages. And, of course, he's got the new rookie. But he's got the dodge. That's fine. And then, of course, the lineman. Wrestle, block, tackle. And here's the one that has all kinds of talent there. AG4. They could actually do it there. If you're actually wondering how the statistics of this team work coming in here, this is what they actually have here. 6 wins, 5 draws, 8 losses. And yet, Season 4 was an interesting season for this firm. As you can see, a Level 2 stadium. They have built it up there, so that does give them options. If they decide to spend a little bit of that extra money and make life interesting. Alright, so that was the Star Wars Jedi. Yes, we're not going to really pause this. We're going to go plowing through here. Alright. The White Talkers, also Season 4, and again, a grudge. Why? If you've all forgotten, he certainly hasn't there. Lost in the Grand Finals to the Dark Elves. Yep, that's the firm that lost the Dark Elves. Is he bitter? You bet your Jurassic he's fucking bitter, and that's why he's back here to prove something. 1240 TV, a low TV firm. This is something remarkable. It's a low TV firm, 40k here. Let's take a look at the team roster. And, well, you can see why it's a low TV firm. They got devastated, so there's not many skills left on this team. That was a rough finals. That absolutely was a rough finals. As you can see, they still have to replace the mummy that they lost in the grand finals. They still have, let's see, the 2 whites. Not many skills. Again, they lost too many good players getting there. And then, of course, you can see the girlfriends, well, banged up and bashed there. The Blodge Sidestepper. And, of course, the AG4 increase there with a Blodge kind of mandatory there. And, of course, the Skeletons, who never really achieved much. He's got the one with block, and then of course the zombies, well, one with block, two with block and tackle. Fun fact, this team, they did great right till they got to that finals. They took so many casualties getting there. By the time they got to the finals, well, the gap says for itself right there. Let's go and take a look at the statistics. They are coming in there with the 7 wins, 2 draws, the 4 losses there. They had a hell of a run. They really had a fantastic run there. You can go back into the legacy files, watch the broadcast, that grand finals, to see a heart broken as it went there. And this is why they're here. They've got something to prove. They really indeed have something to prove all this season. And now let's take a look at the one. Coming across from, yes, Season 10, because he's so disappointed with how they turned out. He really is. You know, so they've come back to go give what for here in the Season 4 division. And, well, I guess they invited him in. 1660, plenty of money saved up, so he's ready for some great and epic development here. Let's take a look at this Khemri firm. As you can see, the Tomb Guardians that were finally starting to get real development, but it just didn't perform. The Superstar, the Desert Panda there, +2 movement Blitzerer. And then, of course, going here it is, yes, his Superstar there. Astral Aid, of course, with the AG increase, block, and the tackle. It's amazing how much this actually carried the team. He's got the kicker, he's got the dodger, he's got, you know, the sure hands thrower, of course, with the accuracy and the block. Believe it or not, he's a Khemri firm that liked having a passing game. How well will that fucking work out in his battle? Not really in the end there. And you can see 8 fan factor, 2 coaches assistants, 2 cheerleaders, 3 team rerolls. Taking a look at statistics there. 6 wins, 4 draws, 4 losses coming in. And then taking a look at the club. Yes, he's got Destroyer Field, Astro Granite, +1 armor rolls anytime you fail a GFI. That's what we like to see. Worlds of Pain. Oh, he's going to be fun in this division. He's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, he's got grudges. And then, of course, yes, they found a way in. I don't know how they did it, but they bribed their way in. The third Church of Nuffle coming in from season number 7, who made it all the way to the final 8 before disaster struck. 1630 TV and 130 in the kitty. Let's take a look at this roster here, because it is an interesting human team, but as you can see, their legacy was they got their asses handed to them. Well, they're here to prove that, you know, they can take ass and kick names, or something to that effect here. 14 fan factor, it ain't much, but it's a reasonable supported base. 4 rerolls, they need it. The Ogre, who's just totally underperforming there, he's only got the 1 guard there. The Blitzer, yeah, you can see his Blitzer firm. They tried. They really tried, but it wasn't this season. They've got talent there. The AG4 really does make this team pop there. But hey, he's got mighty blows, so there's the confusion. Is he offensive? Is he defensive? Does he score? Does he hit? His problem is yes to all of it, and that seems to be the problem. You know, well, we'll see if he does better this time here. And then, of course, the thrower to craft. But yeah, strong arm and accurate. He's got a howitzer. He's got an arm, all right. And then, of course, 2 catchers, both sitting there with the blodge. And then, of course, the linemen. The linemen are what define this team. Because, as you can see, they carry this team hard. Gods, do they ever carry this firm, except for this arsehole, you know? But can they do it? Well, let's take a look at statistics. What was his results? As you see, it is a rebuilt firm. No, this is a rebuilt firm. If you look at its actual long-term history, then yes, this firm was deleted, so they've had to rebuild it there. This is why you see the contradiction here. But the club, Nuffle's Altar, nothing actually done there. It's a shame. They had a fun legacy. They always, every given Sunday, gave the business. That's how they got in. But as they said, they went down in the final 8. It was a bit tragic there for this firm. It was a bit tragic. Alright, now it wouldn't be a All-Stars without Calm Yorick and an Ogre firm showing up. And it's this time it's the Mighty Blow. And yes, you got it. Season 4. Like I said, there's a lot of fucking grudges from Season 4, and almost all of them but one are in this fucking division here. 1920 TV, a very high TV, 190k. Let's take a look at the roster here, and this is why. It is a basic general decision here. They're short 1 Ogre. Yes, he lost an Ogre in the last game, so is the goal to replace him? Probably. He will buy a brand new recruit, bring him in, and you'll see how he does there. But as you see, there's the magic of this team. This is why it did so good. Strong arm And yes, you're not seeing that wrong. Pass for the reroll. Yes, he used the double. He's got a passing reroll with strong arm. This is dynamite. It really is. It makes you actually realize what this ogre can really do. He howitzes things down the field all the time there. Break, tackle, stand firm. Lots and lots of guard here. And then, of course, the stars of the show. The Nobbler firm. And you can see all skills all the way, including leader, sprint, catch, you name it. They can do it all. Movement, the AG increase, and yet this is why everyone loves Little Warfowl. We're looking forward to seeing him back on the field there. AG increase, sure feet, and the sprint. All he has to do is fucking land, and he scores every fucking time. 5 team rerolls, an apothecary, 3 cheerleaders, 2 coach assistants, 9 fan factor. You can tell who the supporters had a favourite here, and let's take a look at the statistics of this team. Another rebuilt team, as you can see.
Pretty damn good, lads!
Yeah, maybe it is pretty damn good there indeed. Yes, we got another follow just joined in while we're actually doing the recording here. Alright, so, the club, as you can see. Yes, they had upgraded this fucking high. They had indeed a level 4 stadium. They have shown up to take the piss there. And they do have the Magic Dome. Yes, indeed, they have the Magic Dome. Nice, changing where they all cancelled. That might be critical for how this team actually works. And then, let's go and take it the last of the legacy teams. We're just waiting for him to accept his invite and come on in here. And yes, here it is. The Goat Boys from Hill by Rad Ogre. Season 8. Chaos Chosen Firm. Season 8. Yep, he's one of the 2 Season 8 firms that's actually shown up for this season here. 1540 team value. 140 in the kitty here. Let's take a look at the roster to see what business they're bringing to this game here. 3 rerolls, 8 fan factor, apothecary, coaches, assistant, and cheerleader. There's only 12 of them. Is that enough? Well, we're going to see. It is looking like it's going to be a deadly little division, but this is the All-Stars. We expect a lot of deadliness there. The Chaos Warriors, as you can see, the AG4 with Big Hand Mutation. You can see how he runs this firm. That is the scary one there, lads. Everyone else has got blocked. They're doing good here. And then, of course, the Beastmen. It is a plethora of skills. I was going to find a way to use that word in there. You can see there, block, dodge, mighty blow. Lots of little pinging little tiny injuries there. Overall statistics, yes, 6 wins, 5 draws, and the 1 loss that knocked them out. Yes, fun fact, they got all the way to the final 4 of Season 8, and out they went. That was the only loss they took the entire fucking season. That was it. So, yep, do they have a grudge? You bet your Jurassic Park they've got a glove there. Let's take a look here. They didn't actually get a chance to update that. So, yes, that is the Season 4 division, aka the Alpha division, all summed up in a nutshell. Coming up, we got yet another division there, and there's going to be a fun one. Alright, now we got to go into technically the Bravo division there. Some are actually nicknaming this the Legacy division, and there's a whole story behind that, but we'll have to get into that later as we go and cross over the teams here. Alright, so let's take a look what's actually in this division, and behold! Here it is, the first of our legacy teams. Fun fact, there are some firms, remember we did the transition there, Nats, BBPN, yep, this is where some of these firms are actually coming from, the legacy crossover. But, you know what, it's a fair cup indeed, and that's why we're allowing some of these firms to actually come in here, because we are trying to represent, well, we're not so sure if it's the best of the best of the best, but it's definitely coaches with grudges, and that always makes for exciting blood. Well, let's say, same old story there from Eric's 1660 TV, he's got 80k in the kitty, and yes, it is indeed a Necrofirm. Let's take a look at the Necrofirm here, and take a look how it's designed there. Yep, well designed, good boys. The werewolves look absolutely fantastic, both having the blodge, one with the mighty blow. The whites, one's got tackle, one of course has got the guard, and then the ghouls. You know, same old say, yeah, but this has pass here. So you can see how the design of the team was basically built here. He's got the wonderfully developed zombies. You know, lots of development, including the kick and the dirty play. And then, of course, you know, 2 flesh golems. Who are the replacements? Because, as the legacy says, things went wrong for this firm right in the last game, and he's had to replace, for the tournament, the 2 flesh golems. That's how fucking brutal it was there. 140 team rerolls there, 6 fan factor, he's got everything else all rebuilt. Take a look at the statistics, and yes, you can see why. 4 wins, 7 draws, 4 losses. They did indeed qualify. They made it into their playoffs, but that last game was brutal. And that's why they're here, to at least try and show some payback. And let's take a look here. They do have the storybook. They have the Magic Dome in there. So they might actually be able to do some business. Like we said, bravo, Erics. We're glad to see this firm has indeed shown back up. It does bring back some pretty bizarre memories. It really honestly does there. You know, it reminds you of that starship called Enterprise. God, that'd be the most commonly dead ghoul I'd ever seen. What did he die? 7 times in the one season? Oh my god. Alright, now the other legacy firm. Yep, these cunts had to come back there because it wouldn't be an all-star unless one of these fucking bastard teams showed up. Yep, it's a trough cunt. Anyway, 1619 TV, 110. And let's take a look at the team roster. As you can see, it's the same old crap that you normally see on a broken firm. He's got everything built on the Bull Centaurs. He's built piles and piles of God. He's got the stand firm. He's got the one niggling injury. Don't care for this arsehole. Really don't indeed there. That's coward's way out indeed. And then, of course, he's got, well, at least it's the only thing he's done sensible and smart on this firm. 2 dirty players. 1 guy's only out there. And, of course, there it is. One of the stars of the firm. It's an AG4 Hobgoblin. You all know what kind of an abomination those fucking things are. AG4, sure hands, and the block. Well, we all know who we're going to go and try and kill on this firm. 14 rerolls, 9 Factor, Hazard, Apothecary. Let's go and take a look at the statistics. As you can see, 13 wins, 5 losses. There was no in-between with this firm. You either won or he lost. Pick one. That's what happened all fucking day. And you can see there, he's got the chamber. He's built it up to level 2, but he hasn't bought what the enhancement is, so that might give him possibilities later on. And then, of course, yes, the Millwall Rejects. By weird demand, the second Ogre firm has actually shown up here. And they come to you courtesy of your favourite Season 3. Yep, Season 3 also, it got quite a few seasons players showed up. 2 firms did show up from that season. Let's go and take a look at the team roster here. Only a 1520 TV, which seems remarkably low. An 80k in the kitty here. Take a look. They do have the full 6 ogres. The scary part is they've got blockers on their ogres, so, and 2 movement increases. So you actually had a mobile ogre team. Very weird team indeed. Fun fact, they got knocked out by the team that went all the way to the grand finals until they choked. They got punched out by a bunch of orcs. But God, that was an overtime fight you wouldn't believe. Meanwhile, the Noblest. Well, now you see where his problem is. The Noblest, almost every one of them are taking crippling injuries. Even an ogre's taking an AG shot to the knee. Doesn't fucking care, because the Dauntless Bastard's what does the business. That almost saved him the game. Only reason they lost their game, double one. At the most critical moment, they double won. No way they could get out of it there, because Titchy never fails, right? 2 team rerolls, that's rather low there. The Apothecary and, of course, the Fawn Fan Factor. Take a look at the statistics of this firm. How the fuck did they qualify? No, I'm serious. How the fuck did they bloody qualify? Well, apparently they did. 11 fucking losses, and yet they qualified in this season. That's bizarre beyond bizarre. 4 wins, 2 draws, 11 losses. They are, without a doubt, the worst record firm in the All-Stars, because yes, they did make it to the round of 16. They qualified. No one's ever going to understand that one. They really aren't there. But as for the club, they never upgraded this one here. We'll see how they do. We'll honestly see how this firm does. Alright, firm number 4. Alright, the most handsome man with the cape in this entire league there. The Arlene Armadillos have returned to show proper Bretonian play. And I know there's another coach who's going to be raging at that one there. We'll get to you, lad. We'll get to you later. Anyway, how'd they do in this season? Fun fact in there. They're also Season 3 Final 4. And then it all fell apart in their last game there. 1630 TV. They've got the 10k. Let's go take a look at the roster to see which survivors have shown up. Well, you can see here the blockers, the yeomen. This was always part of the problem with this firm here. The yeomen didn't really do much of anything. As he said, same with the peasants. They also didn't do anything there. Yes, as he would say, all fucking nobles. The nobles really fucking carried this team. 101 SPP. 101. Fun fact, that is the highest SPP in this tournament. That's it right there. 101 he earned in his season. Because, God, look at the skills he's got. Mighty Blow, piling on, jumping up, tackle. He's even got blodge. He does all that in a bag of crisps. He was phenomenal, this player. He's got something to prove. The player, not the coach. The player's got something to prove this season. And, of course, the 2 IG increases in there. So, and again, look at this 94. And yes, before you ask, yep, that's number fucking 2. Right there, number 1 and 2. The 2 highest SPP players in this tournament are right here. In this same firm. How'd they not win? That's a hell of a story. You have to ask them or watch the broadcast, because everything all got broadcast there. You can see there, 6 for 8 fan factor. 8. It's definitely 8. 1 and 4. You see, tell them so. 3 T re-rolls. Let's take a look at the statistics of the firm. 12 wins, 4 draws, 3 losses. A heartbreaking loss is what finally knocked them out. The club source, as you can see there, they've got the alley. So yes, that means indeed no rocks, no get the ref. It's a clean game. That's the way they prefer it there. No Sid invited there. Will they do well? This might be the division they want to be in. And then, of course, the mighty T-Squared and the Kislev jumping beans. See, I told you, there's a lot of slain teams that keep showing up on this one here. Fun fact, Season 8. Final 8. This is where this firm comes from. 1540 TV, 60k. Let's go take a look at the roster here to see what they deliver. Well, at least it's better organized. The Bear. Stand firm. That's it. Hopefully he gets a skill as the game goes on here. And then, of course, the catches. Now, the catches are a bit of delight, as you can see. High movement increase, high AG. He can do stuff. He's got tactics. He's got strategies there. Then, of course, you know, the one rookie coming up there. And then, of course, the blitzers. Well, you see the problem. Now, you see the problem. He's only got 2 fucking left. It's a hell story, as he would say. It's a hell fucking story. Yep, they're definitely hurt. They're definitely beaten and battered. Then, of course, the linemen. Another great example of a proper Kislev team. The linemen carry the team. God, do they ever. But as you can see, they have paid for it dearly. AV busted. Banged up knee, but they do have skills. Can they actually do it here? Well, they've got 16 fan factor. There's a lot of vodka saying they can. Let's take a look at the statistics of the firm to see. And yes, another rebuilt team. So you just have to go and take his story for how tragic the team's legacy really was. It was brutal, but they're here taking another crack at it indeed. The Kislev jumping beebs, ladies and germs. And right, finally there, the Dwarven grudge match continues. Unfortunately, his opponent didn't show up there. Yes, dwarf on dwarf. And he's the one who lost there. BBPN, the strong style there, coming at you here from Season 6. And yes, Final 8. There's many a saga song about this team here. 1517 TV, 40k. Let's take a look at the firm. And as you can see, yes, they got their asses busted in their game that got rid of them. They got totally busted there. And yeah, like I said, he wishes he could pay him back. Well, if he just brings the trophy back, he could rub that in his fucking face. That's his view right here. The 2 runners, 1 rookie, the 1 star. You can see what the problem is. Yeah, well, he's working on it there. Then, of course, the Troll Slayers. Nothing wrong with the Troll Slayers. They've been building up some pretty good, consistent skills. They're doing a great job. The overworked Blitzer. Yep, he's very overworked, but he did a great thing. He just couldn't carry the team in its final game. And then, of course, the other one was stand firm and guard. So he plucks and then he does his business. The cracked long beards. They should be shaved beards. That's basically his feeling on the matter. They got great skills. At least the survivors do. And when he recovers that, and of course the Death Roller, which as you can see, has multiple skills. Grab, of all things, and multi-block. So yes, he does have a highly skilled Death Roller. Though some would say that's half the problem. There's 200k worth of TV right there. 3 rerolls, both carry 9 fan factor, 1 of each in here. And of course, by the statistics, as you can see, another rebuilt team. He was so disgusted he deleted them, but then when it came time for the grudge match, here they are. Oh my god, crazy, isn't it? As you can see, though, they also have the, Cork and Hammer, so they have the Astro Granite, plus 1 armor rolls on a GFI. I gotta admit, that's a brave dwarf team, considering he has to GFI so fucking often, doesn't he there? Oh my god, what a division this one is. I don't know what we're gonna call this one there. The Bash and Legacy division probably there. Anyway, that sums up that division there. 1 more to go, and you're gonna see why we call it the Champions division. And now it's time for the Charlie, aka the Champions Division, and you're going to see why. Okay, let's go and quickly review these teams that have shown up here. And behold! Step 1, oh my god, this firm. Well, it had to be a Nurgle team, and god, it's a beautiful one. Pfft, yeah, I know, awkward, isn't it there? Yes, Season 4, the Tromaville Troxies, and they went all the way to the Final 4, and then tragedy actually struck at this point. And they're the only Season 4 team in this in any other division but their division. Yeah, like I said, Season 4, there are so many fucking grudges from that season. Like I said, 4 of the 18 teams are Season 4. That is a fun fact to keep in memory there. Alright, let's take a look here. 1820 TV, high TV, 170k, and let's take a look at how glorious this firm actually is here. Well, the fluffy, as you can see there, stand firm and guard, so fundamental. That's basically what it is. It's fundamental here, and then you can see the Nurgle Warriors. And good golly, Miss Molly. 2 guards, block, mighty blow, and the claw. You can see what these 2 bastards really did. Yes, they indeed did. And I love the classic names. I really do there. And then, of course, the Pestigores, as you can see, he had the Kilgore, a dynamite piece till he busted his knee, but he's still a dynamite piece. Tackle, piling on, claw, mighty blow. He's got the one, dodge, short hands over there, wrestle, tackle. Then he's got another dodge over there. There's the kicker right there, one of the Rodders, who's got God of all things. 10 fan factor, 140 team rear. He's looking fantastic here. So what happened? Well, like I said, Final 4, 9 wins, 7 draws, 5 losses. It was another one of those heartbreakers. It really is. And you can see, again, manly men play this tournament. And yes, another Astro Granite. One more time. God, that's going to be brutal. That's going to be fucking brutal on the knees for a lot of these firms there. But you can see, he's got no worries about Astro Granite whatsoever. Why would he need the GFI? That's his story and he's sticking to it. Anyway, that is, of course, Trevor. Welcome back. And then, of course, yep, the first of the returning champions, because they need to prove it wasn't a fucking fluke. Yes, the Season 6 champions, Defenders, have shown up by no one's request whatsoever. But they're here. 1080 TV, 60k. Yep, you're going to see the magic of this team. Team roster, it's a bunch of assholes. No, seriously, it's a bunch of fucking assholes. It's the peasants, and you can see some of them, yep. Believe it or not, the survivors did earn skills, and no surprise what most of those skills really are. We got one here, believe it or not, guard and dodge. He actually tries to do something. Wrestle, wrestle, wrestle. Oh, well, there's the pro. Why? I have no idea. He's a bit strange, that one. Short hands, okay, you've got the one ball carrier of the firm, and then, of course, dirty player, and, of course, kick, wrestle. Well, we all know who the star of the team really is, and you don't get to see his picture. It's normally behind me in the title cards. You'll see that during the broadcast there. 10 fan factor, and a apothecary, who doesn't really serve a purpose except for the odd key time, and of course 1 reroll because he figures that's all he fucking needs. He's not wrong either. He's really not wrong. Let's take a look at the statistics of this firm and you will see 15 wins, 4 draws, 6 losses. This is what scares you. Remember, they won this season. Yes, Season 6 champions. They won. And of course, here's where the magic happens. Fendway Park. And they have Nuffle's Altar. Big surprise there, because we all know what the strategy is there. He's just not showing on the roster. He won't show up later until the whistle blows and the gold and the women flow. That is the key to this team here. Good luck. You've got a lot of people coming for your Fendalution. Alright, and then of course, starring here, yep, our one luggage firm. It is, of course, SPP Farm for you. The only team that showed up from Season 9. I guess people weren't happy about Season 9, because that's it. This is it. This is the only Season 9 team. 1690 TV, 60k there. And let's see what these luggage can actually do for you here. Well, 14 reroll, 7 fact factor. Plenty of cheerleaders of all things, so fine. The Sauruses have plenty of decent skills. He's got most of the block going. Mighty blow, a couple of guards. The Skinks, as you can see, he's got some good skills, especially this one here. Leap, AG4, jump up. That's a scoring machine, and he knows it there. And he's got a couple other good skills up here, including a lot of diving catch of all things. So he has a game plan. And, of course, the Cruxor has the guard, and, of course, the Juggernaut. So it's not a bad firm. It's not bad firm at all there. Take a look at the statistics. As you can see, 6 wins, 5 draws, 4 losses. It's not terrible. And then you can see Dive Town. Yep, there we go. Yet another Magic Dome. There seems to be a theme here. It's either Astro Granite or, you know, Magic Domes, with very odd exceptions here and there, and they're very rare exceptions indeed. Well, we'll see how the team actually performs there. Like we said, he's in the Champions Division, so we'll see how he performs. Will he be inspired? Well, let's find out there. And now, yes, the last of our legacy teams, the Zandri Privateers. They have indeed returned to prove what Kenry can do for you. 1650 TV, 210 rebuilt back up here, taking a look at the team. Well, the team got into a bit of a disappointment, aren't they, here? You would have expected better from a legacy team, but it's because of this. This is the fucking magic of this team down here. So Tomb Guardians, you know, they are what they are. This is where his magic happens. The throw rush and, of course, the blitz rush. He's got all kinds of nice little delightful skills in there. He plays it as a rugged team. He really does. And then you can see the Skeletons back that up. By having 2 strength upgrade players, he is a hard team to beat. He really is there. And of course, he's got Bob here, who's got the dirty player, as well as the Rassel in there. And the rest of them, he doesn't really care. 3 rerolls, 8 fan factor. Does he have the statistics? Yeah, you can see there. 11 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. It's really a heartbreaker. He thought this team could make it. And, well, they didn't, unfortunately. They really didn't. And again, well, gee, no fucking surprise there. Another fucking Magic Dome. What the hell is you people with the glowy Magic Domes? It's like you're afraid of a little rain or something. And then, of course, the other returning champion. And yes, this is a recent one, Season 10. I guess he wants to prove, apparently it's some kind of contractual obligation. He needs to show up in the All-Stars because since he won, he has to show up. Alright, fine, okay. Stoke that ego there, why don't you? 1780 TV, 160k. Let's take a look at the reigning champions right now here. And they're trying to double it down there. The good boys, they're good boys indeed. They did a great job. The Flesh Gold, well, they're working on it. They will get better. The Whites, they also help carry this team pretty well here. They do a good job though. Both have tackle, both have guard. You can see because this is the strategy he plays there. Now, this is where his magic starts to happen. The Superstar Guild, Movement 8 AG4. Hard to stop this little bastard. What's he still moving? The one with the Rassel. And then, of course, this was the most deadly team people had seen in a long time. Most kills in a regular season. He had to fire the most players he ever had. He never had to recruit. He never fucking had to. So it's an interesting legacy this team comes from there. And you can see plenty of great skills, including, of course, the sneaky get and dirty player combination. 11 fan factor, being reigning champion. That's no surprise right now. He's got the necromancer, of course. Team rerolls here. Take a look at the statistics. Only lost 2 games all season. Didn't lose the games people wanted him to lose. That basically sums that up, doesn't it there? 2 draws, 12. You know, wins there, and of course the club. Oh my god, another fucking Magic Dome. Oh, that fucking shock, you cowards, the lot of you. It really is horrifying. And then, of course, the last team, we're still waiting for them to accept. Yes, it's the legend himself, the other handsome man of the league, Finn Hill, and the legacy team of the Amazons. Woohoo! Oh, Party Pillows is back in the house again, gentlemen. 1450 TV, 120k here. Let's take a look at this roster because, God, that was a rough last game they had. That was a rough game they had. But it's alright. The line women, as you see, they've built up a couple of skills. This is what you all came to see. Yep, the Blitzer crew. Party Pillows is back in the house. You all remember her. Piling on, Monty Blow, tackle, thoughtless. She does everything. Whoppity, whoppity, whoppity. Everyone's looking forward to how her performance is. And yes, of course, Bazookas with the AG4. Movement. How will they perform? They're in the Champions Division, so we will see. And of course, Throw, who is very underrated in this firm. She is very underrated, but accurate. And of course, you know, everyone's other favourite skill, Safe Throw, because reasons. And it actually, believe it or not, on this firm worked several times. It turned out to be a brilliant purchase. How many times he stole away nice interceptions, cheerleaders, coaches, assistants, 8 fan factor, and of course team rerolls. Take a look at the statistics here. You see the firm, 8 wins, 4 draws, 5 losses. Like I said, you already know who the worst team is. 11 losses, so we're not worried about that. And of course, they just have a base cap, so they're not too worried about that. That is your review of the Trolley Division. Let's all sum this up in here. Divine. Alright, so that is the All-Stars. Our 3 divisions basically all reviewed. All the teams, their legacies, their seasons, their tragedies, and of course all the other fun that's going to be. We're looking forward to this being a very different kind of season. It's going to be a quick season, run very, very fast in there because it's going to be games, then go quickly to qualifying playoffs, and off they go there. Like they said, there's firms that definitely have things to prove finally there. The coaches have nothing to prove, but the firms definitely have. Right, so good luck for you, and Nuffle bless your dice.